Do, 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 do. Alrighty, here we go. Go ahead and launch some music. Then I will go into describing why my computer wanted to become a paperweight. Luckily, I have this obsession with having every cable. Hey, something. You know what? Maybe the in-game music. Let's vibe check the in-game music. As I don't hear anything, I don't know if you can. Let me go ahead and restart it. Then we'll see if it has it. So, anyways, my computer wanted to explode today. It was not cool. I turn it up to no. Do you not have music for me, game? Okay, well. Oh, dude, that's loud. That's loud. I regret. 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 Okay, we're just gonna turn. Is this monitor not refreshing at an appropriate rate? I would not like that. Oh. Maybe it's the game. Stream on my phone and check it that way. So, anyways, today I was going to do a standings. I was getting everything ready. So I click on the. I have this little button thing. Really? Oh no, it's just the overlay. Everything else looks fine. The overlay passing out like a psycho. Okay, well, we can continue without that. Anyways, so I click the button. I'm about to like get everything tested, getting ready for stream and whatnot. And sure enough, the cable snapped. Didn't want to work. So it pretty much destroyed itself like instantaneously. So I go to look through my cable boxes, other HDMI ports, and I found none. Now, luckily, I do have native native display ports and stuff like that. So I go to check them out, and the longest one I had was just way too short. which means I had to I mean that works. Anyways, so I go to plug in one of the native display ports, and it was just like way too short. So I ended up reorganizing the entire desk so I could set the PC on the desk just to get this going. Oh man, it was so obnoxious. So this is our little basic solar farm setup right now. One of the things that I want to do, I don't know if I'm going to do it on stream because it's going to take some, is I want to set up another another colony. But the point of the new colony would just be to process crap and whatnot. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about doing it because it looks like it could be very obnoxious, or it could be simple. Depends on how you do your setup. And I've been getting very comfortable with making a lot of these things, but like, man, I don't know. This is a radar scan. What does a radar scan do? I have no idea what a radar. That's fine. We can go ahead and give it some of its desires. We're gonna designate one body. We got plenty of bots. Gonna do. Oh, there it is. Those. Very weird number setup, but that's fine. So that should be able to pick up enough of these to get thing going. Let's go ahead and grab a engineer. Grab two of them. I think I might actually have an engineer. Check that real quick. No. Change to left. That's fine. We got the boyo showing up right now. See what this does. I have no clue what. So I take it everything in this proximity is what. Also, I want to like try out one of those drills. Awesome. I got like a basic little setup up here. So after doing some testing, these little conveyors can only support up to 3 of the smelters that can actually run like multiple. In this setup. Because by the time it fills up this, it's already like maybe we need even less. Because one of the things that I can do, I could do a little sorter system. So it has these much more condensed than where they are. I think it's because of the magic number 8. If we reduce this down to 4. So if it's under 4. Do this one as well. What is it hitting though? See, it's still barely filling that one up. Okay. Another thing we could do is we could set up a station that takes all the ores and sorts them. And then we could do like one of these. We'll be doing like copper, iron, gold. Maybe the bots are more. What if we tried the bots? Okay, this could be regret. I don't care. We'll see. See what happens. You gotta test, man. You gotta test. So here we go. Maybe bots are the play. All right. So now what would happen? We set up these orders and just do like a ridiculous number, like do something like that. Sure enough, these bots are getting triggered though, because they can't get up there. We'll make room for them right now. We'll see how it feels, and then we'll adjust from there. My minions. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's overkill. I think we'll do 8. That's still overkill. I think you could actually set this. How's that? Looking better. This one's a little bit further. So we'll do 6, 6, 4. And then this isn't nightmare fuel. I don't know what to like. It's like, it's definitely. So I have a question. What if we take one of these bad boys, rotate it? What if I just in here? What do you guys do now? Why is he returning to over? Where are you taking those ice cubes, you psychos? What are you guys doing? This is definitely more efficient. The way they skitter, though, they're just too slow. Does that do anything for thing, dude? I think it's just too many of them. They're trying so hard, but man, it's almost like there's not enough room for them. See some of them trying to occupy. All right, just for the hell of it, let's give this a try. Because I refuse to believe that these conveyors are viable in any way, shape, or form. They are horrendous. They're so slow. Holy crap, you bastard. Like, it's just way more efficient to just straight up carry it yourself. You know what I mean? Because you get such a huge backlog that it becomes like obnoxious to deal with. You guys have more room now. like this, it's their hitbox, right? They don't really communicate well with each other. And so you're in this perpetual motion of them just like constantly like running into each other. Really bad. It's, what does radar scan do? Used to discover threats near. So I'm assuming it's just finding threats. We're gonna check this one more time real quick. Okay, we will be back for you guys. You guys are awesome, little probes. But we will be taking off. You guys continue the mission without us. I head out. Oh, the map's not updated. Did we barely move? Oh, thunderclouds. Go find some. There's threats everywhere. What is this doom, man? Fair amount of open here. Okay. I guess let's just go ham, yo. So we'll just lay down our colony and then begin mass production. I'm thinking like what should we have like the maybe Go. Yes. All right, so let's just start laying down a massive. Doesn't matter what we do. It's just basic. Like it to be. One look. One looks good. Go with that. It's actually segment, and this one's too long. Really? Looks. Oh, maybe that's what we probably do a work on them. Okay, so we can store a bunch of material. It'll be. Hmm. Might be this. Good. You know, and I want to move these out one. That's all right. Adds a little bit of depth to it, right? Fine. Batteries should be charged. One moment. Need something fancy, man. I hate to just have these. You know what? Do something like this. And now we can run two. Where? This I can work with. So now we can have like facilities produce sorts of materials and we can feed it in. Question is, why do we want it to be? Maybe we do corners for this. I like the way the corners. Question is, do I want this? I think I want this floor elevated by wood. That'll give us a bit of a gap. This. And then do we have any of those? I need a 3x3 that has. I don't think there is. Little too. Close, not quite there. Maybe it is. I think frame is essentially the same thing as what we already got right there. Reminds me of the meme. Circle goes through the square hole. Like they clipping with it. Oh my god, I hit it with a. Hmm. I wish there was a little bit. have to be huge. A little bit bigger than that would make a world of difference. Or like if we were able to adjust the size of it, that'd work too. Like in this scenario, like that's cool and all, but you can see like too much of a gap. I feel like that one will be perfect for like running the water. Go like this. And this is perfect for the water. You know what I mean? But it's janky for the two. Oh, is it the blocks? Blocks are a little bit bigger. You can't get it centered. Man, they couldn't have a crescent? They had like a full-blown crescent. It worked perfect. Okay. Because I can't seem to reason these. I have no idea where the hell that. Oh, it's just not letting me. Use you, Boulder? Dude? It might just be better. Yeah, it's probably better like this. As unfortunate as it is, the weird outline thing, not like a brain. Yeah. That it's close, but not. I thought this might work because maybe if or basic. Kind of close, but the clicking on the bottom be horrendous. But what more options? Hmm. Honey. Can I bring this one lower? Oh, that's gonna clip. It's so close, but no far, you know. not gonna work. Ignore it, move on. Well, we gotta find. So the way I see it is for each layer, we have a bunch of like crap going into it, I guess. Like this could be a stockpile of everything on this. We could use 4 of them for it. We could divide this area out for 2 different components. The max speed on the tubes is really what's killing it for me. Because I'm sitting here trying to figure out how do we organize this, right? So our options currently, our current options for this is we could either A, run 2 of these tubes, which only transfers like, oh, so many components a minute. It's like really low. Can use logistic blocks efficient system. Can't though, because the speed of it is so slow. I feel like we need a tier 4. Like we don't even have tier 3 yet, but I already know that tier 3 is already going to be still way too damn slow. You know what I mean? So even if we have the tier 3, that's why I was really hoping that those bots would come in clutch. You know what? What if it's something like we go like this, and then we could run further than the other side. Oh, we're dying. Hold up. Almost through. Terrible. Grab I really doubt we need to go higher. By 3. One of these blocks. All right. I know, man. My click is god tier. Years of World of Warcraft experience, being a top gamer. Just so I can click up like that. Okay, we need more rods. We could probably go without. Actually. We don't need to do anything too crazy yet. Applying one oxygen thingy. This is actually the central point. So I'm gonna get triggered if or whatever. Yeah, that's the most it's gonna give us. So instead of running this up there, because if you use blocks, I don't know if the cable will actually. But by doing something like this, now I don't know if these have to be directly on top of. It has to be. Grab some gold out. Gonna be awesome. I already have a decent idea of how to manage. So what we can do is we could have these conveyors, right? Or these tubes fill up the warehouse. But up here we could have more warehouses too, or we could use storage units. And these would actually be filled by um robots. The transport robot. So instead of trying to run everything on these slow as hell bears, and try something better. I don't know if any of these are. technically just need one. Actually, uh, everything has to be a damn struggle, man. Bear needs oxygen generator active with one. Damn. Go. Don't need all down one with with the oxygen. So I'm thinking we could like run something like this, right? And for the inlet, more. Because technically, you can just run like a warehouse like this, and that'll provide additional like. I think it barely. Okay, I can make this work. I'm going to grab some water real quick while I beat my brain math problem. Because, so, like, we can run this. There's no problem with running it. The problem comes down to you need to sort out materials that you need to keep, materials that you're just going to upgrade because there's no other purpose for them. You're back. All right. Okay. So, alrighty. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think I'm gonna call it here. Um, what I think we'll need to do for this will be along the lines of I'm crazy. So it has to be okay. So what I think we'll have to do for this system is maybe have the transport bots do a lot of the carrying in the system, and then just flood it with a crap ton of material. Because I'm having like a difficult way of organizing a system where it's not gonna get bottlenecked by something. I think in this game you just kind of have to accept the fact that there's just gonna be a crap ton of bottlenecking unless you're doing a bunch of crafting in series, which crafting things in series is kind of a joke. Um Series is very, very inefficient. In assembly lines, there's a reason why, like, even though the machines look like they're running in series, they're making anywhere between like 12 products at the exact same time, because you end up having to clock everything at a very high rate to get things to be efficient. And the tubes and conveyors in this game are, it's just too slow, man. There's just no way you can compensate for that. So I think the way that we have to go about doing this is accept the fact that we're going to have bottlenecks, and then turn around and use transport bots to transport a lot of the materials over, like back and forth. Because these guys can get work done. They definitely can get work done. These guys are badass. But the problem with them is once things get a little too congested, want to work, man. Like start they start running into each other and causing chaos. Oh, because I built a crap ton of them thinking, man, this is gonna be awesome. They're gonna be running everything everywhere all the time, constantly. It's gonna be amazing. And then like I put them on to do their damn job, and it was just like, oh, okay, so really each machine should only have like 4 of these going back and forth. Even if the object is like pretty big, it still becomes an issue. It doesn't want to do its damn job. So I think in this scenario, what we need to do is accept the fact that we're gonna have bottlenecks, and then function based on that. Like do something based on that. And by running the bots, you're kind of having something that's running in series. But if you look at it, it's like like 2 items a second. Yeah, it's like almost 1 item a second, which is 60 items a minute, which 60 items a minute is incredibly slow. Like, that is monstrously slow. That is horrible. And the only way to fix that is by running things in parallel, right? And sadly, like, these storage containers aren't parallel. And when you take something, so just as an example, right, you would think that these lines are running in parallel and everything's good, right? And so double the rate, you would simply take one of these logic blocks and do a splitter. Except it doesn't work that way, because now the item is still going at the exact same rate on 2 different lines. And so even if you run, say, 2 of these and you go like that, you will fill this line. And just to make it a little bit more like understandable, say these 2 are your inputs, and so you try and make a third line to make it more efficient and run more at the same time. What you'll end up seeing is that all of these, if you were to fill it up in a storage container, would be the exact same as not running them, right? The rate, because your input is still going to be the same. Your output is still going to be the same. You're just splitting up the materials at some point. So the way to circumvent this, such as on Satisfactory, you have industrial storage containers, right, which had 2 inputs and 2 outputs. So you would have a conveyors filling that up, and then you would have, like, say you have 1 conveyor in, you can do 2 conveyors out, which also is a way to split it, right, prematurely. But again, the issue with that is your input's still really slow. So in this kind of a scenario, if we want to fill up these bad boys as fast as possible, I think what we have to do is run 4 inputs into here. That'll stockpile in here, and then we'll trickle down into the main one at the bottom. And then the main one at the bottom is only going to be for the final materials, which we can put filters on these, right? Anything that can't be upgraded any further, we'll put filters right here. So it's only taking those items down there. And then for the items up here, we can keep the sheets or the whatever. And then we'll probably have another layer above this, which will be all like the ingots. And maybe we'll separate those out by splitters and do a sorting system. So we can fill up storage containers just for, like, we'll do it off in pairs, such as iron and copper. And then we'll have like gold, aluminum. And then you have your, your uridium, titanium, and whatnot. And maybe we can actually pair it into, or do it as 3s, because one of the things that I noticed, the easiest material to actually send into here and like be processed is actually the lower grade ones, because the higher grade ones, because they require less to be converted into something else. The exception is quartz, because quartz is lower, but still, like, it only takes you 1 uranium ore to make 1 uranium rod, right? So we could definitely, like, pair, say, this iron with gold, and maybe like uranium and titanium. Even though these are technically slower, you can divide them up evenly, a lot more efficient. Because in this system that I had set up, where I had these, like, this splitter system, right? I had conveyors that would go, yeah, it was like this. So I had conveyors that would go in, and to be efficient, I had two inputs on them, even though it's really not necessary. And then I had another line for the input, right? It would come out through here and go into there. And then I had a bunch of pushers. And these pushers can actually go all the way across. These pushers were based on the materials that these can actually break down. So I would have iron, copper, gold, like all this stuff going through. Well, except for like the iron rod and concrete, because I haven't worked on that yet. So there would be seven inputs, but because it's only going on a one conveyor line feeding into the system, it's just incredibly slow. Like the third one was barely getting filled up because of how far spaced they were. So if I were to move these closer and condense them, and then I'm only feeding in 3 lines, which are divided out based on like a very similar system that I had going on with this, because on this, right, you'll see like, oh, whoops, that was a goof. Hold on one second. There we go. Okay, so you'll see on this, like I had these pushers set up with the sensors in the deciders, right? The inventory sensors and deciders, which means I can be as efficient as possible and make sure that they're always running. Now, the only problem with that is the fact that after it puts 4 into here and it goes over here, like by the time it's trying to put some into here, this queue is already cleared. Now, I think one way to circumvent this issue is, one, you can shorten the distance between the smelters, and two, is adjusting the deciders based on the volume in here. Now, if you do something like 3, when it requires 4 of the iron, you're pretty much compensating for the delay of it being filled into there. But at the same time, if there's ever a situation like such as a lag spike or some sort of weird thing, it will flag as full and never be able to put that 1 iron in. And some games have that issue. So I'm thinking maybe we separate them out. We only run 3 types of raw material into each, and this will shorten the distance between all of them. Maybe we can even do 4, right? Because that's the distance between them, right? If we were to place another one, actually, technically it could do 5. Yeah, I think you could do 5, which would condense it quite a bit. Like in this same segment right here, instead of 3, we could probably fit like 5 smelters in one little condensed area. The other option that you have available for you is on the push system, right? You can feed the push system with splitters. Or instead of using a push system, you can use filters. Or not filters, the splitters. And by using splitters, you're always dispersing evenly, which is a good thing. But if you have too many smelters, it's taking longer to fill up all the smelters and get them going. And so you may have downtime on the first one while you're trying to fill up like the 8th one, just to be dramatic. On a 3 smelter system, it'd probably be fine. But I think anything past like 4 it's you're gonna have downtime on progressing the actual. And to do it, you can do a simple arithmetic of like one for, say, if this is a splitter right here, you could do one to the right and two forward, right? So it'll push two forward, feed one into the right, push two forward, and then you would have one that would go one forward, one right, and then it would push one into the right, and then it would go to fill up the last one. And that's one way to have like a balanced loading system, which is efficient, but it depends on like how much downtime are you having. Like, you got to watch your first smelter and make sure that it's filling up appropriately. Anyways, that'll be it for today. I'm gonna jump off. uh we're gonna start working on this giant system right here, because I definitely want to get it to where we're just going over, picking up all the ores, dropping them off, and then moving on about our craft. Because this whole trying to process everything in this one like ship, kind of a bit obnoxious. I don't think it's necessary whatsoever. And then once we start having systems, right? Because we're starting to have these systems set up where we have, you know, here's our ship right here, and then here's the central hub, right? And then we could always dock right there. We can mark it and then, you know, see it on the map and then go in that direction. You know what I mean? So it's just one way we can go about doing the progression and decluttering our ship. I do want to have a much smaller ship that's just focused on storage. I don't want to have it sitting here and dealing with all these asteroids. You can actually do a massive thing on this ship and have it collect asteroids. Anyways, guys, you guys have a good one. And if you have any questions, if you want to go over some of the math or talk about some of the loading systems, like the difference between series and parallel, which was like balanced, and a serial loading system, go ahead and hit me up. Ask any questions. I'm very comfortable with talking about this kind of stuff. Used to do a lot of engineering, not so much nowadays, but yeah, I'm very familiar with it. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time. And have a safe 4th of July. Later.